Hello, travelers. It's a me, Michael. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, let's go back to YouTube. YouTube. Remember that? Yahoo? Yahoo. Bees. Yes. Amazing World of Bees. Oh my god. No. Let me see. Let me do this. How bees purify the air. That's what we want to know. No. No. What? This guy's like sucking in hornets' nests? So like Morgan Freeman has all these bees around his huge estate. Cause something about, I'm trying to figure out what they do. They like cleanse the air. They're purifiers. Honey flow. Yeah, that's a great shot. Unless you're the girl from My Girl, it's scary as fuck. Yeah, it's something about how does it purify the air? I live in Junkertown, so I'm really curious. I want to have all these. I have bees outside my house right now. Clean air. Oh, the Peace region of Alberta is the honey capital of Canada. Bees are a critical part of our ecosystem. They need clean air to thrive and produce lots of honey. These guys are going extinct.
The Peace region is actually the honey capital of Canada. It's attributed mostly to our longer days and our beautiful forage for the bees. So there's lots of abundant clover and alfalfa that the bees like to forage on here. So with the smoke, as of late, the bees seem to have a lot of a harder time foraging.
Whoa, that's these little flowers, these little pollens. That's what's around my house.
It's almost as though the smoke deters their sense of smell, so they don't want to leave the hive. They're not going to the flowers, not collecting any nectar. It's not been good.
Last year, when the air was really heavy with the smoke, we noticed that the bees just weren't leaving their hives to forage because they do use the sun as their mapping system.
Whoa, bees are awesome. They're not vampires, that's for sure.
We really noticed that they just weren't visiting the flowers. The flowers just didn't look healthy either.
Look
with
at all that honey.
That lack of sun, because the sun just couldn't get through.
Sugar, sugar, honey, honey.
Through the smoke. And this spring we noticed the bees seemed a little stressed when the smoke came in early, because again it affects everything in the hive, because I'm sure they can smell it, because they can smell flowers, and I'm sure they can smell the smoke.
Hell yeah.
And we think that's what stresses them out.
I
they
like
just
bees.
seem irritated when they're inside the hive.
Last year, because when all the fires were happening, you couldn't even see the highway 100 feet away from our front door. And I would drive around to go check the bees, and they were not going anywhere. And as you can see here, they're flying all over the place. Last year
Bees are awesome, and I go outside every day to feed the wildlings, the wildlife of birds and the squirrels and the chipmunks and the bunnies and the skunks, everything that comes along. And these guys, they don't bug me. They don't attack me.
The yards were dead. The bees were all in the hive. There wasn't any going around doing anything during those days when the smoke was heavy. When the days were nice like this, they were flying all over the place doing what they can, but it cut our production down. I would have to say at least in half.
Whoa. Damn. We are proud to monitor the air 24 hours per day, 7 days per week to ensure a healthy environment for people and bees too. For more information, visit primershed.ca, California. What is this? Ooh.
For new
Let's harvest
businesses,
some
fiber
honey.
freelancers is like
Jimmy
a backbone. You can find anything.
Jimmy Valentine from Jubal Talents. This guy's not messing around. He's got the Jurassic Park Jeep. So let me show you how a man harvests honey.
Try again.
This is how he makes coffee.
So welcome back, guys. This is one of the most exciting parts of the year for me, is getting the honey out of these hives. We checked a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I'm not even sure how long ago it was, cool. And I noticed that there was quite a bit of honey in these hives. Hopefully they continued to bring it in, and we're about to check and see what
sugar, oh, honey, honey.
Their production's looking like this year. So I'm going to do it a little
guys,
bit different than I normally do. Normally what I do is I get every box off of every single hive, take them all back to the house, extract them, and then bring them back. So what I'm going to do this time is do them one hive at a time. So I'm going to get them off of this hive first, then go extract it, bring it back, and put the boxes back, and then do the rest of them one at a time. And the advantage of this,
this guy's Jeep might be on fire in the background here.
At least I'm thinking what the advantage will be is it just won't be so overwhelming.
He's like, whoa, Jimmy, Jeep's on fire.
Once I get a whole bunch of these boxes together, it's a lot to do, and the frames don't get back on the boxes in a timely manner, and I end up having to do some of it the next day. This way, if I'm not able to finish today, which I probably won't be, I'll just be able to kind of pick up where I left off tomorrow. So not a huge deal. So that's kind of what I'm going to do this time. So let's go ahead and get into these boxes and see what kind of production we've got.
Let's jump in the
boxes. So we'll start with this box, and I'm not sure.
Okay, first off, he really should have did the segment where he's gearing up in this suit. Awesome beehive suit. These things aren't cheap, and it looks like he's harvesting like worms on the moon with it.
Sure how the audio is
like in Blade Runner with Batista.
Going to be on this video. I just got me a brand new super fancy microphone for my camera, a professional grade microphone, and I'm not using my lapel mic, so we'll just kind of see. So I can see down in this box, and this box is nowhere near filled out. I believe that this is one of the boxes that I took from the struggling hive and stuck it on the top of this one. So it was empty when I put it in here. And I do not know what the status of the honey flow is or the nectar flow is right now, if it's stopped or if it's still going. But you see this is not filled out yet. We're getting there, certainly, but it's just not quite there. Let's look at the color of this honey. My favorite is the very light spring honey, and this is getting kind of a little bit darker, if it'll focus. There we go. So you can see that stuff's just a little bit darker. So what we'll probably have is some very light spring honey and some of this darker later spring honey. Mix it together and we'll get a pretty decent flavor.
Some darker later spring honey. That's what we're looking for.
Of course, I'm going to taste this real quick. Ooh, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Let's get some of this honey out of here. This box, of course, we'll just leave out here. It's nowhere near
It's crazy, all the artificial stuff we eat like our whole lives, and then if you actually like produce the real product and then ate it, you could never go back, man. You could never go back.
Ready to go, and let's move on to the next box.
Right.
The bees are acting very calm today, which is good because it is pretty hot today, and it has been very, very dry for a long time. It has not rained here to speak of in probably 3 weeks. So they're acting pretty good for weather conditions. All right, so
filled up your water dish.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
You're good.
This is looking great. Let's take this box.
My coffee. All right, this guy's just chipping, digging away. Yeah, he's got a gold mine in here.
I'm going to use this little DeWalt blower to get the bees out of this box. It's going to look a little bit violent, but it doesn't hurt the bees at all. They'll just fly out and come straight back to the hive.
This guy know it doesn't hurt him. I guess this guy has had a tornado come at him when he was hanging siding on his house, And then he flew out of his house into the cornfield, and he was fine because he came right back home. He landed safely in the oats. That's what he's saying. Like, right, Myra? Isn't that crazy? Today's nice in here. Nice and cool. See, the air conditioner might be an annoyance and loud, but we don't care, cause Myra, cause he's cool. Yeah, it's cool. This guy's nuts.
2 good boxes off of this hive. Let's close it up.
I love bees, but I don't think I could go this far.
We'll see what we get out of it.
Pretty cool. Maybe I could go that far. I don't know. Oh, the honey processing equipment. They're gonna process the honey.
So you can see I'm doing this extraction in the shed this year, and I don't usually do it in the shed. I usually do it in the shop, but there's a couple of reasons I wanted to do it in the shed, and it may or may not work out well. I'm not sure yet. So out here there's more space. It's not as cluttered, and
look at this Jeep. Hang on. Backs up a little here.
Usually do it.
Look at this thing. Look at the gauge on that thing. That's awesome. It's like so like decked out.
In the shed. I usually do it in the shop, but there's a couple of reasons I wanted
Old school, antique.
to do it in the shed, and it may or may not work out well. I'm not sure yet. So out here there's more space. It's not as cluttered, and it's a lot cooler because the air is flowing. I've got a little bit of wind, and good job of kind of following the frame or following the caps. And that's kind of what I prefer to use. There's 150 different things that you can use out there. Most of them work really well, some of them don't work, and it's just kind of a personal preference thing. This seems to work.
This guy's like, this is what I cut my 10-year-old's birthday cake with, and then we cut it for honey.
Work for me. Once the caps are off both sides of the frame, I just put it down here in this Maxent 4-frame radial extractor. I'm not sponsored by Maxent. I just like their equipment. They make really, really good stuff.
He's like, I wish I was sponsored by Max. Send me some fucking t-shirts and stickers, please. Oh, damn, I swore again. Don't take it down. Can I say the F word? This will be the test.
Now what we'll do is we'll refill or continue to fill up this extractor and get it slung out.
Slinging, blading. Ooh. Jesus. Yeah, that's the crust on top of the pudding. Ooh. Okay. This is fresh honey. We lost sound. Did we get banned? No, it just skipped on his video. You thinking we're gonna get banned and taken down? Is it? Are we flagged? Is it all? Penalty strike. 1, 2, 3. You're out. It's like baseball.
So now we've got 4 frames in the extractor here, and what we'll do is we'll just spin it. We're supposed to put a lid on it, but I want y'all to see what's going on here. We just spin it.
Cool. It's like a blender.
The nicer models of this extractor have an electric motor, and I would encourage you, if you decide to purchase one of these extractors like this, get the model with the electric motor. I can certainly upgrade it, but it's going to be a whole lot better with an electric motor.
Maybe. I don't know. You can always use this.
What happens in here is the honey just slings out of the...
There's a value to not having electrical devices if you can do it manually. Like, I cut my grass. I have videos of me just cutting my grass with the blade mower. And honestly, I cut that grass for like 7 years with the push mower and gas and oil and spark plugs and all that shit. Hey, there's another swear word. All that stuff. Don't flag me. And honestly, the blade on the push mower does the same justice. Yeah, it requires a little more effort, but who cares? We need that effort anyway. We need exercise. And like, nice boring. Push your push mower. Whoa.
Then it goes down into 2 different screens. You've got this screen up here that filters out the big chunks like bee legs and that kind of stuff, big chunks of wax, and then you've got a finer screen on the bottom. You'll see that later on in this video, and it filters out the finer materials that are going to be in there.
It's like spaghetti. It's like pasta, right? When you're draining the water. Oh, this guy has enough airtime.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey. Wait, Mom, before you check out...
The guy's like... This guy must be in with the pharmaceutical companies.
Do you have Honey?
Because, it's like...
Honey installed?
It's like that Russell Brand thing I was talking about. Where he's like...
No.
He's so like high paced where like someone my age looks at it and it makes you like be like, Jesus Christ, I gotta sit down.
It's a free browser add-on that automatically applies coupon codes when you check out online.
But I get it.
So what's the catch?
It's to appeal for someone
There is no catch.
that has an attention span of like 2 seconds, like a goldfish. Yeah. But like when you're trying to sell something to a goldfish to a whale, and it's like it doesn't work.
My mom wants to buy these 3 jackets online. They cost $639. Before you check out, Mom, can you just open a new tab and then type in joinhoney.com. Now just click add to Chrome. Perfect, now hit apply coupon code. Give Honey 5 seconds and boom, it found a coupon code for $221. We're literally about to check out without Honey. That is a sin. Install Honey. It's free and only...
That's cool though. He's trying to get people to save money and make money.
Most of the ones on the outsides have a lot of open cells like that. So we'll put a lid on this and go get some more. All right, let's check on this hive. I'm really interested to see what they're doing. This is the hive of bees that came from a wild swarm.
That's cool. It's that little can. It like heats up the thing so you can just crack it open. It's pretty cool.
Last year. Yeah, that's looking super nice. This box is looking really good too, just looking at it from the top.
I love that.
I think this is going to be a winner.
Wait.
Oh,
Where is
I may
that
be wrong. From what I can see, it looks like these frames right here are fairly new. I think this is going to be lots and lots of honey. Not all of it is. So this is kind of interesting. You can see here the frames that I just extracted. You see a very clear 2 sides kind of in the dead center. You can see
honey,
a very dark strip, and those were the frames that I extracted before. Those frames that I extracted before was probably some stuff from last year, late spring, and the stuff is very clear on those. I wasn't expecting it, but I
whoa.
Really stuck this one together. Ooh. I wasn't expecting it, but I think we can take that top box. You can see quite a bit on this one is not quite capped yet.
Maybe the steam like scares them away or something? I
So
don't
we
know.
may.
Oh. The freshest honey you'll ever taste. Put that on your pancakes and smile. Wow. Yeah, put it in the churner. Churn the butters. Churn the honeys. 4 at a time. Load her up. Oh no, get the bees out, yeah. There's better not be any bees in there. Woo. Pretty cool. I'd get the manual one. Okay. I can't not swear. I'm gonna get taken down. This is banned, honey banned. 18 and up.
So that's going to do it for the frames, but we still need to work on these cappings in here. So these are the cappings that we took off of those frames, and there's a ton of honey left in these cappings. So what I like to do here is just crush them all up, and I'll usually take the knife. I probably can do it by hand too. I may have done it by hand before, I don't know, but it's going to be pretty messy. But just cut them up, mash them up as much as you can, crush them, and then we'll run them through the strainer.
See, now he has gloves on.
I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. I'm just going to use a regular kitchen colander in a 5-gallon bucket. And I know these holes are pretty big, so it's not going to strain out all the really fine particulates. But what I'm going to do, there's a lot more surface area here. It'll hold a lot more of the cappings. And I'm hoping it'll be a little...
This guy's very resourceful at like this. Wow.
Cappings that we crushed up and strained.
He's got the Kubota, the Kubota, Kubota, the Kubota, the Kubata. Yeah, it's a Kubata.
That just wasn't.
This guy was cool. Who is this guy? Fall Line Ridge. I like that. Harvesting 90 pounds of pure gold honey. That's what I'm talking about. Bees are awesome. They really are.